श्रीरूपा साग्रजातं सागना रघुनाथं विधं तं सजीवं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् श्रीललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरंगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभय एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा So today we are going to discuss from Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. As we all know, we are discussing that. So let me quickly share my screen. Let me know once you are able to see. I hope you should be able to see now.
Yes.
Thank you. So let us recite this verse. What is the chapter 1 name? Chapter 1 is the name observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Okay, so we are discussing 1.44. Please repeat after me. Aho bata mahat papam
Bata mahat papam
kartum vyavastita vayam
kartum vyavashita vayam
yad raja sukhalobhena
yad rajyo sukhalobhena
tum swajanam udyataha
hantum swajanam udyatya
अहो बता महत्पापम्
bata mahat papam
कर्तुं व्यवस्थिता वयम् यद् राज्या सुखलोभेन
yad rajyo sukhalobhena
हन्तुं स्वजनम् उद्यतः
hantum swajanam udyatya
अहो बता महत्पापम्
bata mahat papam
कर्तुं व्यवस्थिता वयम्
vyavashita vayam
यद् राज्या सुखलोभेन
yad rajyo sukhalobhena
हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यतः.
hantum swajanam udyatya
Can anybody want to recite?
पतामहत्पापं
अहो
papam
कर्तुं व्यवस्थिता वयं
कर्तुं व्यवस्थिता वयम्
यद् राजा सुखलोभेन
यद्राज्य सुखलोभेन
हत्वं स्वजनमुद्यता
हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यतः.
अहो बत महत्पापं
अहो
बता
महत्पापम्
कर्तुं भवसीता वयं
कर्तुं व्यवस्थिता
वयं
यद्राज्य सुखलोभेन
यद्राज्य सुखलोभेन
हन्तुं स्वजनम् उद्यताः
हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यताः.
अहो बत महत्पापं
अहो
बता
महत्पापम्
महत्पापं
कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयं
कर्तुं व्यवस्थिता वयं
यद्राज्यसुखलोभेन
यद्राज्यसुखलोभेन
हन्तुं स्वजन उद्यताः
हन्तुं स्वजन उद्ययता अहो बत महत्पापं
अहो बत महत्पापं
महत्पापम्
कर्तुं व्यवस्थिता वयं
कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयं
Yadrajya Shukalobhena
Yadrajya Sukalobhena
Antum Swajanam Uddhyata.
Antam
Antum
Sajanmudyata
Swajanam
Anyone else?
अहोबता महत्पापम्
Ahobata
Mahapapam
Mahatpapam
कर्तुं व्यवस्थिता वयम्
Kartum
Vyashita Vayam
Vayam
यद्राजा शुकलोभेन
Yadrajya
Yadrajya Shukalobhena
हन्तुं स्वजनम् उद्यतः
Antum
Antum
Swajanam
Swajanam
Uddhyata.
Uddhyata.
Tataha
Anyone else? Okay, so we'll go to word. Aho, alas.
Aho alas.
Pravaraj
Bata,
Bata
Pata
how strange it is.
How strange it is.
Is
Mahat,
Mahat
Mahat
great.
great.
Papam,
Papam
Papam
sins.
sins.
Kartum,
Kartum
to
Kartum
perform.
to perform.
Vyavastita,
Vyashita
have
Kita
decided.
have decided.
Decided
Vayam,
Vayam
we,
we
yat,
yat
because.
because
Rajya Sukha Lobhena,
Rajya Sukha Lobhena
Sukalobhena
driven by greed for all happiness.
driven by greed for royal happiness.
Antum,
Hantu
Antum
to kill.
to kill
Swajanam,
Sajanam
Janam
kingsman.
kingsmen.
Udayata,
Udayata
Data
trying.
crying.
crying
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts. Driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness, we are intent on killing our own kingsmen. Purport. Driven by selfish motives, one may be inclined to such sinful act as the killings of one's own brother, father, or mother. There are many such instances in the history of the world, but Arjuna, being a saintly devotee of the Lord, is always conscious of moral principle and therefore takes care to avoid such activities. So I'll stop here. We'll try to discuss this verse. So from the last verse, right? What did we do yesterday? Yesterday we discussed two of the verses, right? So till 43. So what does Krishna says? Just I'll read the translation. He says, but the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children. So before that, Arjuna has given the argument to Krishna that, if we kill all the Kshatriyas, then what will happen to the women? They will be in the degradation. Their degradation will produce the unwanted children, and all kinds of community projects and family welfare will be devastated. And he also says, oh Krishna, maintainer of the people, right? Janardana, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family tradition destroys dwells always in hell. So he gives that not his own whimsical idea. He is saying, giving the giving the disciplic succession thing here, and he's saying that they destroy in hell. So let us discuss what he's trying to say here in the 44 verse. So he's saying, oh my God, Mahapapam, we have come here, we have Vyavastita means we have come here to do a Mahapapa means great sinful activity. So what Prabhupada mentions in the purport that because Arjuna is a devotee of the Lord, that's why he has that conception of sinful act, or like if a person is in ignorance, like he doesn't know what is good or what is bad, so he'll be performing the act out of his own whims, and he'll be not obviously not thinking about if I'm doing any sinful activity. But Prabhupada clearly says in the purport that since Arjuna is a devotee of the Lord, he is saying that. And Prabhupada also mentions for this verse, he says, because sometimes people says, they say this Bhagavad Gita, this is kind of a violence, this is a book of the violence, and they accused for Bhagavad Gita like that. So Prabhupada says that yes, this is a violence, full of violence, because in the war field, what they have arranged there to do the war, right? It's in the warfield there is no motto of having the peace, peacemaking formula, right? They have done all the things earlier. So this is definitely violence, because that's what the purpose of this war was, correct? So war itself means that the violence will be there. So here Prabhupada is saying that Arjuna, this is the Vaishnavas thinking, because Arjuna, he's saying Rajya Sukha. So Rajya Sukha means the happiness of kingdom. So he's saying, oh my God, because we want to enjoy the kingdom, royal kingdom. That's why we have all assembled here, Vavasthita, all assembled here to kill each other. And because we want to, rule over on the kingdom, and we want to satisfy our senses by getting the kingdom or the position. That's why we have assembled here. So, but Prabhupada clearly says that, since, because who is with the Krishna, who is with Arjuna, is a dharma personified, is self dharma. So where is dharma personified? Then where is the dealing of Mahapap, right? So, and Prabhupada clearly says that actually Arjuna did not understand it properly, because it was not for his satisfaction, it was the satisfaction of Krishna. Because Krishna wanted that war, because Krishna comes to annihilate the demons, and he has arranged this war so that in one shot, right, he can kill all these demonic kings. And we also know from the 11th chapter, Krishna says that Nimitta Matra Bhavya Savasachi. So he says that you just become the instrument. They have been already dead, because it is my plan. Who can challenge Krishna's plan? See, we do the things because we see the present, or we see, okay, we will plan our future this way, that way. But most of the time, we have seen the plan doesn't go that way, right? But Krishna sees the future and plan our present, but we don't know what is going to happen. So here Krishna has arranged this war. It was for the satisfaction of the Lord. And what is Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti Yoga means to satisfy the Krishna's senses. So Prabhupada also says here that there is a difference between ordinary work and the devotional service. So almost they looks like similar. We are also living in the house, like our neighbor or your neighbor. They are also living in the same, in the house, and they are also dancing, but they are dancing in different songs. They are also dancing, but we are dancing in Krishna's song, or we are chanting Krishna's name. We are also eating. They are also eating, but there is a difference between our eating and their eating, right? So because we are eating bhoga, right? I mean, we are eating the prasadam after we have offered it to the Lord. That is called bhoga, before we offer it to the Lord. So that is the difference between the devotional service. But they looks from outside world, they look similar, but there is a huge difference, okay? Because the consciousness or the attitude of the performer is different. So here we should also Prabhupada is saying that you should also understand that people think that it is the ordinary warfare. It is a violence. No, it is arranged by Krishna, as already mentioned, Paritrana Sadhunam Vinashaya Cha Duskritam. It was for satisfaction of Krishna only. So, here Prabhupada gives a very, very beautiful definition for one of the word here. If you see, we have read in the last line, Hantum Swajanam Udyataha. What is Swajanam means? So, can anybody like to tell their views? What is Swajanam means?
Swajana means Mataji family member, right?
Yes. So Swajana means here family member, but Prabhupada gives a very unique definition. Prabhupada says here, from Prabhupada is saying that in the higher sense, we are saying that our kinsmen, our my brother, my sister, my father, my daughter, my son. But for a pure devotee, or Prabhupada says, who hasn't got a Krishna consciousness, who sees in meditation consciousness, they think in terms of Swajana. But who has got a Krishna consciousness, the pure devotee, obviously it's very difficult for us to think. But to who is a pure devotee who is completely in Krishna consciousness, he think my kinsman means all the living entities. Because what does Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita? We have read 14th chapter. He says, Aham Bija Pradapita. I am the seed giving father of all the living entities. So a pure devotee because Krishna claimed that I am the original father of everyone. Okay, now we have become a father and mother of this person or that person. But who is the original father? Original father is Krishna, because Krishna claims that in Bhagavad Gita. And right, so everything sarva yonishu kantaya murtya sambhavanteye. So he says not all, not even human being, all the living entities, all sarva yonishu. Sarva yonishu means all this different species of life, different form of life. So what is a Krishna conscious or a pure devotee think? He thinks that all are my swajan. Why? Because he sees vidya vina sampane brahmane kavihastini suni cheva supake cha pandita samadarshina. This is the verse from Bhagavad Gita 5 chapter 18th verse. This says that a pandita who is a learned man, he is a samadarshina. Samadarshina means equal vision. What does he see? He see everybody as a equal living entity. So he sees even if the elephant or a dog eater, like everybody, or a brahmana, he sees everybody in equal vision. Why? Because he doesn't see the outer covering, our body. He sees the in what is our real identity. We are the jiva, we are the soul, right? So he sees that. So every in everybody's whoever, like it's if it's an animal or if it's a brahmana, he sees the little that spark of Krishna. Because how he sees that? Because he has got the complete understanding that Krishna has got the equal vision. So Prabhupada says that Krishna is embracing the calves. He is not even just embracing the gopis. He's also embracing the calves, because Krishna is Samadarshina. So he doesn't say, okay, gopis are the beautiful young women, so let me embrace them, and the calves, it has been mentioned that Krishna loves so much that if the cows will just do the one sound, then Krishna will ask, what do you want? Are you hungry? Do you need water? Do you need rest? Krishna becomes so much, his planet name itself is called Goloka Vrindavan, right? The Goloka means the cow's planet, right? We say Goloka Vrindavan. So because he loves cows so much, it's because why in Vrindavan, whoever went to serve Krishna, Krishna says, okay, he or she came to serve me, like this living entity came to serve me. It's not because they want to serve as a gopi, so they became gopi. Because they want to serve as calves, they became calf. If I want to serve as a tree, I can become tree. If I want to serve as a fruit, I can become a fruit. Like mother, father, like different rasas are there, right? We have 5 rasas in which we can serve Krishna. So Krishna sees them equally. And how this person in pure Krishna consciousness see, he also sees that person as you know what he sees a dog or a learned brahmana, everyone as a little spiritual spark. The same spiritual spark is there. Okay, because of the karma, different karma, he has got that body of a human being, or being a fish, or being a eagle, or different, right? Dog, cat, like that. So externally, definitely they don't behave in a similar way. Like I will cannot go and embrace a tiger, correct? Tiger will not have the same vision as we have, right? So he'll not see you as a little spiritual spark. He'll see you as his food. He doesn't get that higher intelligence. But yes, there is a difference, but he sees them as a spiritual spark. That is the pandita, that is their vision, equal samadarshina. So here Krishna also says that Rajya Sukha Lobena Hantum Swajanam Udyata. So what does that mean? So here, because Arjuna is saying that we are trying to kill, we are, Udyata means we are trying to kill our own kingsmen. Oh, how sinful is this? And Prabhupada also makes a point here. He says that, when we do something for our sense gratification, then definitely, if this war has not been for the satisfaction of Krishna, if it has been for the satisfaction of Arjuna, so Arjuna get the kingdom, then definitely it will be the sinful war. But it is not, because it is for the satisfaction of Krishna. Dharma personified Krishna himself has arranged this war, and they have done all the things. Actually, Pandavas, being a devotee of the Lord, they have done all the thing to avoid this war. But the other party, they were so determined to have this war, especially Duryodhana, we all know. So here, if Prabhupada also says that if we want to enjoy for our own taste of tongue if we kill the animal. That is because I am killing for my satisfaction, because Krishna doesn't say you offer me an animal, right? Krishna says patram pushpam phalam toyam, right? Krishna doesn't say, because all the living entity is Krishna's part and parcel. So if I kill, definitely if I kill for my satisfaction, then that's a great sinful activity. And I am also killing, because if I'm killing an animal, eating that animal, then I am also killing my own swajana. The difference is that I cannot understand that they are my own swajana, because the Krishna consciousness has not been awakened in me, right? So what I'll do, the person who kill the animals, they do their own satisfaction, and that's a great sinful activity has been performed by them. Right? So that has been discussed in this verse. Okay. And happiness in terms of material senses, right? That happiness in terms of material happiness. But what is the actual happiness? Actual happiness is that happiness, because their concept of happiness is different. They think if I'll eat animal, I'll become happy. Okay, my tongue is getting the water in my mouth if I see that, right? The whoever is eating the non-vegetarian things, that's a great sinful activity. So here it is says the real happiness is the happiness which will never end, which will never because if you eat, right, like say, give an example of a rasgulla. If somebody like rasgulla or gulab jamun, how much they can eat? You give them 10, 12, 15. Okay, after that time they'll say no, I don't want more. Why? Because they like it, but there is a citation is there. They can't have more than that. But the spiritual happiness, it should be completely increasing. Material happiness doesn't last, and it is not the real happiness. What is the real happiness? It is I want to do, I want to it is getting increases. You feel it, you get it increases. But what happens, we can that happiness which is ending, we can only have it through our purified senses. With our blunt material senses, we cannot have that happiness. Because that verse is there, sarvopati vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti uchyate. When our senses get purified, when we have so many designation on us. I am the engineer, I am the mother, I am the father, I am the daughter of this, I am the son of this, and I am the wife of this, I am the husband of this. These all are the upadhis. Different upadhis are there. So when these upadhis will get over, when we try to understand our real upadhi or real position. And what happened when we'll try to serve the Rishikena Rishikesha. So who is Rishikesha? Is the master of the senses. We have also discussed in this chapter, different names has been pronounced for Krishna. So when we serve the master of the senses by employing our senses, then our senses get purified. Once our senses get purified, then we can understand who is Krishna and what is Krishna consciousness. So we have to start. So here what Arjuna is saying, for the matter of getting the kingdom and sense gratification, I am going to kill my own kinsman. That is the greatest sin. He is very much afraid. Okay, Krishna, because what earlier reason he has given the reason of enjoyment. How will I enjoy if I kill? He has given the reason of compassion. Okay, I should be compassionate to them. He has given the reason of the sinful reaction, and he's continue that. And he has given the destruction of the family, like the woman's degradation will happen, then destruction of the family, and Varna Shankar, the unwanted population will get increased. All these reasons he's giving, not to fight. At the end you will see in the second chapter, I think he'll say in one of the verses before 11, because to 11 Krishna starts speaking. He says, what he says, na yutsaha na yutsati govindam. I don't want to, I will not fight. He say, Govinda, I will not fight. Because now he is giving the reason, and his reason will take the complete shape. He'll say, okay, I will not fight Govinda. Like that he'll say. So this is what has been there in this verse. Anybody has anything to share on this verse? Any questions, any comment, any realization, any correction?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So I have a comment.
Okay.
So if we eat animal, we will get a sin and we have to go to hell. And if we kill anyone, it's a greatest sin.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. If no, then we can discuss next verse quickly. If no comments are there, let me share my screen. One second. I am not getting that option. I need to maximize here. Then I think I'll get 1.45. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just repeat only once. Yadi mam apratikaram
यदि माम् अप्रतीकारम्
Kritikaram.
ashastram shastrapaneye
शस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः
Dhritarashtrarane hanu
धृतराष्ट्रारण्यहन्यर्स्
tanme shemataram bhavet.
तन्मे
तन्मे
शेनातरं
क्षेमतरं
भवेत्
भवेत्
Yadi even if
यदि even if
mam me
मामि
apratikaram without
apratikaram
being resistant
without being resistant
ashastram
asastram
without being fully equipped
without being fully equipped
shastra panaya
shastra
those with weapons in hand
those with weapons in hand
Dhatrashtra, the son of Dhritarashtra
Dhritarashtra, the sons of Dhritarashtra
Rane
Rane
on the battlefield
on the battlefield
Hanu
Anu
may kill
Mekil
Tat
that
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 me
me
for me
for me
Shemataram
Kemataram
better
better
Bhavet
Bhavet
would be.
would be
Translation purported by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. Purported by Srila Prabhupada. It is a custom according to Kshatriya fighting principle that an unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. Arjuna, however, decided that even if attacked by an enemy in such an awkward position, he would not fight. He did not consider how much the other party was bent upon fighting. All these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness resulting from his being a great devotee of the Lord. Yeah. So why it is has been mentioned the great devotee of the Lord here, Prabhupada says, because you see, right, if he's a devotee of the Lord, then only he is thinking about the sinful reaction and all. If the person who are in their own sense gratification, they do not think about other living entity, how the other living entity feels like when they cut off this they'll also have pain, like they cut the cows, they cut the all these things, what not in this country, they cut this and that, so many animals, and then they feel the pain, right? They have the soul. So here what Prabhupada is saying, apratikaram, right? What is apratikaram? Pratikar means counteraction. So if if somebody says something, I counteract, okay? Or if somebody hit me, I hit back. But what he's saying, he's saying that I will do apratikaram. Apratikaram means I'll not. So I'll not do any counteraction even if they kill me. So what's happening here? But Prabhupada says that in the Kshatriya, first of all, we should understand in the Kshatriya earlier days, what was the custom is, if the person is fell down from the chariot, they will not come. They will also come if they are in the chariot. The other yodha or the fighter is in chariot, and he'll also come down to fight with this. It's a moral conduct of the Kshatriyas fighting, and it's not like that. I am in the chariot and I'm in the greatest position, and then I kill the person who is in the lower position. That is not the code of conduct for the Kshatriya fighting. Hmm? So that's how you see the foot soldier will fight with the foot soldier, the chariot fighters will fight with chariot fighters, like that the equal fighting will be there. That has been also mentioned by Prabhupada in the purport. That's some rules and regulation of the Kshatriyas army, right? Hmm? So that's what Prabhupada says here. But he's saying that Prabhupada is mentioning also one time what happened, right? We might have know this past time that Karna has fallen from his chariot and he was trying to raise his chariot. And Krishna asked Arjuna, this is the opportunity to kill him, right? You kill him immediately. So at that time, usually we discuss the moral, right? That is not standard code of conduct in Kshatriyas fighting, to kill if he has fallen down from his chariot. But here what happens, Krishna says that it's opportunity, you kill. So what is the position? Because this is the order of Krishna, right? If Arjuna do not take of this order, then it is not surrendering to Krishna, because Krishna can never ask us to do that. Is, even though from material senses we can perceive it wrong, right? Because we are discussing the some codes, but because if Krishna is saying if we are not doing, then we are not surrendering to Krishna. What does Krishna says? Aham sar papebhyo. If you sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha shami mahasucha. So that is surrender means. What Krishna wants me to do, I will do. That is not right and wrong in terms of the because Krishna cannot say anything that is, first of all, we should understand who is Krishna. So Krishna cannot supreme personality of Godhead. All the Vedas come from him. So he is a dharma personified. So he cannot say something that is out of the moral conduct, even though artificially it looks like that. So, like Prabhupada gives an example of a commander. If a commander has been ordered to a soldier that you kill, then this is your duty. You kill this opposite party enemy. Then he cannot say no. He'll be sitting and he'll be thinking what is right, what is wrong, like that. So that's how is there. Like, if he will not follow Krishna's instruction, then definitely is going to hell. But if he is follow Krishna's instruction, then definitely is not going to go to hell, or is not going to incur any sins, right? We'll see that the war will happen and all the things will be done. So that is a mundane conception of right and wrong. If Krishna says, then that can't be wrong. That is eventually right, because he is absolute. He cannot say you to do anything wrong. If we discriminate God's order on the basis of our mundane platform, then we'll be misguided. That's what Prabhupada is explaining in this verse. And he says he was so much overwhelmed by all these reasons that he says, I will not fight. Apratikaram means I will not counteract, even though they come and kill me. So Dhritarashtra, there is a difference. Dhritarashtra and Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is Dhritarashtra and Dhritarashtra is the sons of Dhritarashtra. He says Dhritarashtra Rane Hanus. If they will kill me, then also I am not going to counteract. That's what is Arjuna's situation. See how he has become overwhelmed by this situation. Not able to decide. He'll give the reason in second chapter that he'll surrender because he's not able to decide what he has to do. In 2.7 he'll take shelter. So here he is saying that here he is deciding, I cannot kill my kingsmen. Finally he is coming to this conclusion. So I will not counteract for anything. I will, even though, and he says, Ashastra. I will have Ashastra, and Shastra means they'll have Shastra. Even though they'll attack me with the Shastra, I am not going to do that. Because I don't want to fight, like that he is saying. So here it has been mentioned what else Prabhupada says. Let me check that. So here Prabhupada also trying to explain about the pratikaram meaning. Pratikaram, as I mentioned, is a counteraction. Here in the material world, Prabhupada says everyone is trying to, every action of ours is some pratikaram or a counteraction. So if we are diseased, right, so we try to take a medicine. What is that? That is a pratikaram, a counteraction to our disease. So that whatever disarrangement is in our body, that get that get nullify, right? So, and we will be healthy. That is a pratikaram. But Prabhupada mentions very clear line. We have also discussed this verse earlier. Prahlad Maharaj says, Balasya Neha Sharanam Pitoru Narsingha. That verse says that, whatever you do, whatever counteraction you do, what is the example has been given, even if a patient, you give him the best of the medicines, even generally what we think, right? Generally we think without me, right, the world will come to an end. That is absolutely wrong. And generally we think we are the protector of our child, but that is also wrong, because Prahlad Maharaj has realized this, and he says, even though parents, they want to protect their child, but that is not at all possible. Then no child will die in front of the parents, right? But we see those cases happens too. A child also die in front of the parents, even though they give the so much care to, or so much, expenses they do in the hospital or whatever they do. So how Prahlad Maharaj is like, he's giving the 3 examples. The patient cannot be saved by just the physician's medicine, as the next example is the parents cannot save their child, and the third is the boat always cannot save a person who is in the sea. That cannot happen at all. Why it cannot be happen? Because that person, Prahlad Maharaj says, has been neglected by the Supreme Lord, because he has not been taken care. If Krishna mare Krishna rakhe Krishna mare ke. If Krishna wants to protect you, nobody can kill you. If Krishna wants to kill you, nobody can protect you. So we have to first of all understand that we are not the real protector, even we are not even the real protector for ourselves, right? So that Prahlad Maharaj has realized, and he says, so whatever pratikaram we do, unless we have the shelter of the Supreme Lord, he says for Narsinghadev, unless you take care, that these they cannot do. This just a temporary benefit they might have, but they cannot save. So that is the meaning of pratikaram, Prabhupada explains. So yeah, this is what pretty much in these 2 verses. Does anybody has anything to add, to correct, to have any realization to share for these 2 verses? So we discussed 44 and 45 so far. Anything they want to add, correct? No comments and questions? Okay, so we have something to share. Tulsi has something to share today. So if we don't have any comment and question, I will hand over it to Tulsi. Can just give me 1 minute. So she'll.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Tulsi.
So today I'll start the class of Satkasura after the prayer. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanam Janashalakaya Chikshurunminitanmela Tashmi Shiguruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Namo Bhishtam Tammena Bhutale Tum Rupakadamayam Tadati Swam Padantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I will share the screen.
So far, we did Putna story and the advent of Lord Krishna. So today we will do killing of Satakasura and Trinavarta demon. In ceremony, Krishna fell asleep and Madhusudha put him on a little bed under a handcart. So when Krishna sleep in the ceremony, Madhusudha put him on a handcart. Krishna was hungry and he was crying. Madhusudha couldn't hear due to loud music and verses noise. So Madhusudha could not hear Krishna, and Krishna was very hungry because the loud music and chanting was going on. The child became very angry because he was hungry and his mother was not paying attention. So Madhusudha was not paying attention. So Krishna became very angry. He became angry and he kicked his leg in the handcart, and there was a demon named Satkasura which Krishna killed by pushing his leg into the handcart. So everyone came and a tidums noise came. So everyone came running and nobody knew that Krishna had killed Satkasura like this. So he was the son of Hiranyaksha in his previous life, and he was a very powerful king, Utkacha. And he was cursed by Loma Rishi in this ghost body, and he was liberated by Krishna. Killing of Trinavarta by Krishna. Soon after Krishna's first birthday celebration, while Madhusudha was playing with him, baby Krishna felt so heavy in her arms that she had to put him down on the ground. So she had to put him down on the ground because baby Krishna was very heavy. It became very windy, and the huge wheel-borne demon Trinavarta easily picked up Krishna on his shoulders and carried him away. So easily Trinavarta picked Krishna and he carried him away upon his shoulders to kill him. Vrindavan became very dark and thick with dust and windstorms. Madhusudha and the gopis couldn't find Krishna anywhere and fell down on the ground hopeless and crying. So they fell down on the ground hopeless crying, and they couldn't find Krishna because it was very dark in Vrindavan and no one could see anything or any person. Krishna was becoming heavy, very heavy, riding on the demon's shoulder high in the sky. So he was very heavy, and Krishna became heavy like a big mountain. So Trinavarta he wanted to throw Krishna down, but Krishna held tightly. Demon stopped in mid-air and he wanted to throw the baby off his shoulders. So he wanted to throw the baby from his shoulders. Krishna held tightly onto his throat, becoming even heavier than before. So when Krishna tightly held his neck, he became more heavier than before. Trinavarta carried cried and screamed loudly. Trinavarta's eyes popped out and he crashed so hard into the stone ground his whole body smashed, and he did so. Here in the slide we see that his eyes were popped and he fell down on the ground. Mother Yashoda and the gopis saw Krishna and they picked up Krishna. So they saw Krishna and picked up Krishna crying. Trinavarta's previous life. Trinavarta was Suraksha and he was a powerful king of Pandu Desha. So he was Suraksha in his previous life and he was a very powerful king of Pandu Desha. He was follower of religions and involved in giving charity. So he was religious and involved in to giving the charity. One time enjoying with 1,000 beautiful women on the bank of Rava. So when he was enjoying with thousands of queens, one day Durvasa Muni comes by and he didn't bow down. So he didn't bow down to Durvasa Muni and he was cursed from Durvasa Muni. So he was cursed by Durvasa Muni. Trinavarta falls at the feet of Muni and he gives the benediction that he will get liberation by Krishna. So he will get liberation by Krishna. He becomes Trinavarta and gets liberation by Krishna. He gets liberation from Krishna. Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. Any comment or question?
It
Hare
was
Krishna.
wonderful.
Thank you,
Thank you very much. You did a wonderful job. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Please give me blessings.
Yeah, my blessings for you that you will be very, very nice, very, very good in future, and you will become one of the devotees so nice, so good that everybody will love you.
Thank you, Mataji.
You're welcome.
Any question or comment?
Very nice, Tulsi. Good class. I enjoyed it.
I have a question, Tulsi.
Mataji. Tell me what is the question.
So how old was Krishna when he killed Shakatasura?
I think he was one year around.
Yeah, I think so. And Trinavarta after his first birthday, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question or comments? No?
Okay, if not, then
If
we are ready for Prabhuji's questions.
Yes. It is very nice to do. From Krishna book, I think he will do questions and Bhagavad Gita.
You might give some questions on your class, Tulsi.
Sorry, Mataji, what did you say? I could not hear.
I said he might give some questions on Tulsi's class, I said.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I think so. Some questions at mommy's class, some question at my class.
Looks like Prabhuji is not ready today. The question.
Okay, are we taking question now?
Yeah, Prabhuji, we can post. I think we are done. If we don't have any more comments or questions, we are ready for your questions.
Okay.
In your laptop.
All right. I'm putting. There you go.
Prabhuji, it came like we see the poll you send as a result. We don't see an options to select it. At least I don't see that.
Yeah, you can't see because you are a co-host. Okay, let me.
Oh, okay. No problem, Prabhu. That's okay. No problem.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Or I can remove the
That
call.
is fine, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. Almost 60% answered. I will give maybe more 30 to 40 seconds. Okay. Last 8 seconds. All right. Anyone is answering? Still answering? Okay. I am ending the quiz now. And all right. Okay. Mataji, you want to talk about the answers?
Sure, Prabhuji. So here it is saying what is the meaning of Nimitta Matra. So in 11th chapter, it has been mentioned. Krishna says that all these people have been put into already death. You just become an instrument. So anyways, if you are not going to kill, they're definitely killed by management. So I think 54% is selected, but this is the correct answer. Become an instrument. Which words did this speaker talk to explain that learned person sees everything? That's the words Vidya Vina Sampane Shuni Cheva Shupakecha Pandita Samadarshina. So the verse is 5.18. I have mentioned the number also in the class. So 46% people have selected that answer. That's the correct answer. And what did Arjuna want to do in the war? So from the verse PG 1.45, he says that Dhritarashtra Harane Hanus. So what does he say? That ready to be killed unarmed, but he will not retaliate. He'll not have any shastra. Shastra prane.
Mane.
What does Dhritarashtra mean? So I have already talked about it in the class. Dhritarashtra means the sons of the Dhritarashtra. So if you see here, Dhatrashtra, Dhar, and Dhritarashtra is the Dhritarashtra itself. So the correct answer is 85%. That is here is correct. 100% people got it correct. Ready to be killed unarmed. Here 85% people got correct. According to Prabhupada, what is the reason? So the reason was in the PG 1.45 was due to the soft-heartedness. He do not want to retaliate for the war because he was old until by this time. Who was Trinavarta in his previous life? He was the king of Pandu Desha, not
My
of king of
question.
Lanka, no, the other Desha. So 62. Which two demon were discussed today? Trinavarta and Satkasura. Everybody got 100%. Thank you everyone for participating. Very nice. Yeah. So we'll pay a Vaishnava Pranam and we'll end the class here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो
अनन्तकोटि
नमः
वैष्णववृन्द की जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srimad